So you might recall a few days ago, a whole lot of NBA players got together and decided to go on strike. The media referred to it as a boycott because it suits them to do that. If you use the word strike, then it implies correctly, by the way, since they are all part of the NBA union, that it is a workers' undertaking, a worker initiative. So they refer to it as a boycott conveniently. So that lasted about a day. Yeah. There was no strike. Nothing happened. And the reason is as follows. So our drone striker in chief, Barack Obama, helped convince NBA players to end their strike and return to play. In a call with Chris Paul and LeBron James, Barack Obama urged NBA players to return to the court and resume the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's the name of that racist Karen on Fox? Laura Ingraham? Is that the right name? Didn't she once say something to the tune of "shut up and dribble"? That's what that sounds like to me. That's what Obama is telling the NBA players. Shut up and dribble. So the season was hanging in the balance when James and Paul spoke to Obama after a tense meeting between players, coaches, and union leadership on Wednesday night following the Milwaukee Bucks players' decision. Bucks players took inspired collective action when they decided not to play as a way to protest the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake, a black man, was shot by police 7 times in front of his kids in Kenosha, Wisconsin, just 35 miles from the Bucks' home arena. Several NBA players had hinted at potentially striking, including Milwaukee's George Hill, who said we shouldn't even have come to the damn place, to be honest. But the move still reportedly came as a surprise to the rest of the league. NBA players then came together for a heated meeting on Wednesday night that also included union boss Michelle Roberts and coaches. There was reportedly some momentum among a certain group of players to walk away from the season as a way to pressure NBA owners to take meaningful political action towards ending police brutality and the disproportionate use of deadly force by cops against black men and women. Roberts reportedly helped explain how much money could be lost for NBA players if they walked away. So he threatened them. That's what it means. So listen, man, I just want to say something, okay? Obama is an enemy of the working class, if you had not noticed. So if his tenure as president, if his tenure in the Oval Office was not enough to solidify that and underscore how much he hates the working class and how much he is an ally and a friend of the private sector and the oligarchs, well, surely after seeing him on, what is it called again? What did we call it? Bloody Monday it was, right? When he got all of these Democratic primary candidates to drop out simultaneously, paving the way for Joe Biden to crush Bernie Sanders. But now, on top of it, he's also meddling, lending a hand on behalf of the establishment to crush a very potent and significant stand that NBA players were taking. You must remember that these guys make a lot of money. They are really fucking smart and they're really talented. Okay? So they know that if they do this, if they had undertaken this endeavor, well, it would have definitely caused some ripples, right? It would have definitely drawn media attention, put pressure on the establishment. And so, of course, Obama, being Obama, he couldn't let that shit fly. So he came in and he deaded it, right? He came in and he made sure that it didn't take place. Now, you tell me something, man. You tell me something. If you're an NBA player, right? And just as we saw, they all understood the gravity of the situation. They all understood what's going on is unacceptable. It's been going on for years and years and decades and centuries. They took the initiative. They said, no, we're going to take a stance now. So their conscience was pricked by what happened, and they were very clear on what's going on, right? They were conscious of the situation. So they took a stance. What I don't understand is, if you know that what you're doing is important and you know that this situation is untenable, why would you walk back after one day? Why is one phone call from Obama enough to woo you into submission and into abandoning this undertaking? Isn't that weird? I mean, were they threatened or something? Like, what's going on here? What's going on? And then, the following day, I saw a picture at practice LeBron James, he's wearing a t-shirt that says, "Vote or die." So not only did they abandon their collective action, but on top of it, they push in that neoliberal Kool-Aid, right? Oh, you better vote. Joe Biden is going to save us, even though Black Lives Matter started under Obama and Biden, but don't mention that. Vote or die. We better vote or we're going to die. What? No, people are dying either way. Okay? I don't know if you noticed, but you are always at war. Okay? Private sector is always exploiting working class and minorities and incarcerating them and murdering them. This is a constant. Joe Biden is an architect of that, as a matter of fact. He is an instigator and an accelerator of that power structure. So he's by no means going to prevent anyone from dying. Once again, Barack Obama lending a hand on behalf of the establishment, and then people still idolize this guy and think that he's a friend of the working class. I mean, it's fucking nuts. It's really nuts. These guys make so much money for this industry, really, that Obama himself had to step in. What the fuck is that? That's just crazy. And, you know, Obama is not shying away from this kind of initiative. I mean, he openly said almost a year ago that if it looked like Bernie Sanders is gaining momentum, he will step in. Like, he said that. Or correct me if I'm wrong, it was reported by one of his advisors as he had said it. And in the end, he actually went out and did just that. He screwed Bernie Sanders out of the nomination and millions of working class people out of healthcare and higher wages and action on climate change, all just to protect the status quo. If a former president had to step in and put his foot down and crush this just proves once again how important collective action is. It just proves once again how important and effective going on strike is. And this is just about one industry, right? Never mind the impact that you would have if it were a general strike, for example. So that should tell you something. That should tell you something. A shame. A shame it only lasted a few days. A shame. This would have definitely had an impact. And for several reasons, not because of their fame alone, but once again, these NBA players, I mean, they themselves make a lot of money, which is great, but guess how much the advertisers and the team owners make? Way more. Way more. So once you go for their pockets, they're going to do something.